go. Okay. And we are finally back. So, you guys are all in the old mill where Hansel has just told you that there are dwarves that live in the mines in the forest. And there is someone by the name of the Maiden of the Wood, whom the villagers kind of speak in hushed tones, and they call out to her and hoping that they will alleviate some of their pain or some of their sorrow that happens. And usually, um, if their answer is heard, they will get something from this. So he believes that deep within the forest, they need to find the dwarves of the mine in order to find the maiden of the wood. And Hansel has just given you 62 gold pieces to split amongst yourselves or whatever. He hands it to Elowin as he kind of picks it off of the hag's cold dead corpse from her apron. Um, and he looks at Elowin and says, "Here you go."
Thank you so much. She takes a look in the little pouch, and she looks around at everybody, and she's just like, okay. And she dishes out everybody like enough for us to all split it.
That would be about 12 pieces each, with one being left over.
Cool. I've never had gold before. This is weird.
Uh, I think it'll work better than your pearls.
Okay.
So what are we doing, y'all?
Adding gold to our. So, we're gonna go find the little man again? The, yeah?
Remember, it's not nice to say that.
I know, but how else am I supposed to describe him? He's a dwarf? The
You
Perfect.
could just say, we're gonna go find the dwarf.
dwarfs. Okay, let's go.
Dwarf.
Dwarfs. I'll practice.
Okay.
Oh no, can we hear you,
Owen
Liz?
looks down at Hansel.
Oh, did you say something at Liz?
No,
Okay.
Ellen, go ahead.
Owen looks down at Hansel and she's like, do you have any idea where they were headed? Or do you know where the mines could be?
Um, they're they're deep within the forest, past the boundaries of the town.
Okay. Maybe, they left footprints or something. We know which, path they took, but past that, I have no idea.
The old mines, they shouldn't be too far from the path.
Okay. Do you want to come with us? Or,
Hmm. I don't want to
okay.
go back to my parents.
You don't have to. You can stay with us.
Okay.
Really cold out there, though. Do you guys think maybe we should try to find some warmer clothes or some protection? I mean, I don't know how far we can travel without feeling sick.
You're right. We can go back into town really quickly. Yeah, the general store, perhaps?
Yeah, the White Cliff Mercantile that's in town. There should be some winter clothes there for you all.
Let's head back.
Clothes. I've never gone clothes shopping before.
We can tell. But it's okay.
All right, so you guys leave the old mill behind and pass down the snowy, wintry path as you head back into the village. Um, at this time, more kind of villagers are going about their daily kind of routines now that it's a little bit more um, probably like 9, 10 in the morning at this time. Um, they all kind of just kind of look at you all a little strange. This could be due to your races. And you're seeing that this is predominantly a human settlement, and because they don't get a lot of villagers or outsiders and adventurers, um, they're a little like kind of not necessarily like making their ways to like disrespect you by any means, but they're just kind of keeping clear. As you approach the White Cliff Mercantile, which is a two-storied building, um, with stone kind of built around the bottom, and there's shop windows out front with a hanging sign that says the White Cliff Mercantile. When you head inside, you see that there is your basic general goods, some books, some food items such as like fruits, some vegetables, some squash, and potatoes, stuff like that. And there is a small section of fur coats and winter wear in the corner of the room. When you walk in, there is a man who's manning the counter at the front. He seems to be helping another woman purchase some items and things like that. He nods his head to her, and she says, "Thank you." And she kind of looks at you all, and she about like nods her head, and she says, "Have a good day." And she exits out. And then the man, um, balding with kind of slim glasses, and he looks at her. He's like, "Ah, what can I do for you?"
They need clothes.
Yeah, we need something to wear out in the snow.
Okay. I have a section of winter clothing, scarves, hats, mittens, gloves, cloaks, things like that. If you want to try them on.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Bailey will go start looking for a coat or some gloves,
Sure.
checking the
Um,
price tags.
Yeah.
so there is a winter outfit um, that looks perfect for you. It's kind of, the darker colors, the fur trimmed um, around the out openings of the cloak. There it comes with some gloves as well, this whole winter kit. And it looks like it's going to run you about 25 gold pieces.
Okay, I will take it to the counter and hand him the 25 gold.
Ah, perfect. Looks nice. He's like, "Have you tried it on yet?"
Um, I suppose I'll do that now.
Just want to make sure that
She'll,
it fits.
yeah, good thought. Thanks. And
Yep,
she'll pull the coat on, make sure that it fits. Try the gloves.
sure. It fits perfectly. It very matches your aesthetic of, the darker colors with a crimson underlining of the cloak. Um, and it fits you very nice. Ah, you look mighty fine. And
Thank
he
you.
puts the 25 gold into the cash register.
Yeah, I like it. It's nice quality. What was your
Thank.
name?
My name's Eric.
Eric?
Hmm.
Thank you, Eric.
Of course. We don't get a lot of wanderers in the village. What are you doing in town?
We've heard that. We're it's kind of funny. I don't remember exactly what we're supposed to be doing here. I guess we're just checking everything out,
Sure.
exploring, adventuring.
Okay, just kind of be careful what you do around here. We don't get a lot of outsiders, and a lot of outsiders don't understand the rules of the queen. So just be careful what you do.
Do you have any advice?
Um, don't make yourself known.
Fair enough. Okay.
Do your friends need help as well?
I think they do.
You're all looking for winter clothes, correct? Okay.
Mhm.
No.
Well, so yeah, besides you.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm just there looking at shit.
so each one of you, you equally see kind of your winter outfits that would match your aesthetics. All comes with mittens. Yours, Meryl, comes with a large scarf
Oh.
on the thing that kind of almost looks like a overbearing like shawl almost. It's kind of like to kind of keep you warm. Lucan, yours is kind of the same kind of blues. navies, dark colors of that. And Alwyn, you find yours made of a brown cloak that is lined with wool to keeping you warm. They all are going to run you about 25 gold pieces.
Ellen looks at Thal and she's like, "Why aren't you looking for clothes?"
Well, I mean, this is a jacket already. It's a wool jacket. I guess I could use shoes. She just picks up her bare feet.
Yes, and possibly some proper pants. I know that some people can judge, and I wouldn't want you to fall victim to that.
What? Judge what?
You're not wearing any
It's just-
pants.
Thal, you need pants.
And I'm not judging. I just understand what Elowin is saying, and maybe we should find you some pants.
I'm definitely judging a little bit, but it's okay.
You can keep the coat, but we should find you at least outfit to go underneath the jacket.
Okay. She'll like look for like mismatched clothes that like here's some leggings that like look weird and then the shirt doesn't match and shoes that don't match. What? Like moccasins, black leggings, and probably like a green t-shirt.
Stylish.
If that's what you want.
That's also going to run about 25 gold pieces.
Yep, she's not buying it. She probably must buy like how much is the shoes, like moccasins?
Those are going to be $10 or 10 gold coins.
Alright, she has enough for those. So she's like, I have enough of these.
Thal, don't you have more pearls? Maybe he'd be willing to take those, or trade them. Trade your pearls for gold.
She will ask. So, Eric. And she'll fall onto the counter. Hi.
Hello.
Do you take pearls?
Absolutely. I can exchange them for gold.
And she puts like 5 onto the counter.
Yep. This
It's
is gonna be
25.
25. Yep.
And she's like, for my pants, the thingy, and the things that go on your fins. I mean feet.
Yeah. All right, that's fine. And he takes the pearls and slides it into the cash register. Is there anything else I can do for you folks?
Do you have healing potions?
No.
Hats are sold separately.
Hats are sold separately, though they're only going to be cost you 30 gold pieces. The ones made of wool.
Ellen looks at the cloak, and she sighs and she puts it away.
All of the cloaks have hoods. P.S. Like they have hoods.
I don't have 25 gold pieces, so she's gonna put it away.
How much do you need?
3.
Oh,
I have 22.
Elowin, I will give you 3 gold happily. For some
Thank
reason,
you
I'm
so-
stocked.
Well, thank you so much, Meryl.
Of course. We should be bundled up. While we're chatting, I'm gonna try to pocket a hat.
Roll stealth.
Tits.
What'd you get? 'Cause if you beat
13. 13.
you beat it. Yeah, that beats 10. He doesn't see you.
In
So,
the
yeah.
term. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, we should all be bundled up. I was gonna buy her pants too if she wasn't gonna get them. So, you know.
I think he's probably distracted because Thal's putting both her legs into one pant leg. She's like, ah! She's just like butt up and naked, trying to.
Thal, here, let me help you. And she'll like rush over and kind of like she has the cloak on, so she'll kind of like hold it up to shield her. And she'll be like, here, no, you put both legs through each hole. Like one leg, one hole. One leg, one
Oh.
hole.
Thought it was a fin. Okay, she does that, and then she puts the shoes on opposite feet. So she's great.
Bailey is just watching this with the biggest smile.
The shopkeeper looks over to Bailey and he's like, "Tiefling, when I said don't make yourself known, Be careful.
You have a point. I don't really know what to do about her.
I would be careful, however you. But I can't do anything else. Farewell.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Lucan is going to walk up to the counter. He still has his blanket and like other clothes wrapped around him. I would think.
Yeah. You gonna buy his stuff too?
I don't either. He's gonna like rummage through his backpack. He's gonna pull out a leather ball. I have a leather. It's just a ball stuffed with chicken feathers. So he's gonna pull that out. Like, this is all I have extra. Can I
Okay.
add this in a trade?
How much gold do you have?
17.
All right. Listen, because it's cold out there, I understand. I'll sell it to you for 15.
And the leather ball?
You keep the leather ball.
Okay. Alright, he will kind of like shuffle 15 gold pieces out. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Farewell,
Then
sir.
like ditch the blanket, shove it in his backpack, and put on the cloak.
Winter cloak.
Does he have any plants in the windowsill?
That he does.
Ella went and she's like, "Thank you so much for helping us out and giving Bailey that advice. I know that we will stick out like a sore thumb around here, especially myself. But here, it looks like your plants need a little happiness." And she like waves her little hand and crafts druid craft just to make them not as droopy and sad because it is winter, and so of course they're not going to be, full and blooming. So she gives them a little second breath of life.
Sure. So the shopkeeper Eric, he watches you do this, and he nods his head. He says, "Thank you. Um, be careful when using magic within the town.
What do you mean?
It is not a good thing to do when the queen has
Oh,
outlawed magic.
I had no
You can do
idea.
it. It's okay. Just be careful."
Thank you for the warning. I didn't mean any harm.
Trust me, you're okay.
While they're talking, Bailey's gonna go over to Thal, put her hand on her shoulder, and be like, "Listen, I know you can't help it, but I really think you need to calm down and focus and not draw so much attention to yourself, okay?
What'd I do?
I just think that we should try not to draw attention to ourselves. There's a lot happening here. It could be dangerous. I just don't want anything bad to happen."
I will do my best to not draw attention to myself.
Do you think that you're capable of that?
Think so? How do I not do that?
Just lay low, you know?
She
Just be
gets
cool.
down.
Okay, back up.
Okay.
Yeah, back up. Maybe just watch the rest of us. Follow along. You know what I'm saying? Just be cool.
Okay. I'm always cool.
Thal,
I will lay low, follow along. Be cool.
okay. Yeah,
Okay.
good. Let's
Good.
try it.
Let's try it. Okay.
Are you just repeating everything I
I was
said?
just repeating everything I said. You said follow along.
Thalasia. All right.
Okay,
Linda,
okay, okay.
We're gonna
a
work on
final
it.
nod.
We're gonna work on it. Come on, let's get out of this poor man's shop.
Fairly well.
Fare thee
Um,
well.
So you guys head back out into the town square, and kind of as you're kind of getting your bearings, down the path that takes from the castle down into the village, that circles down from the cliffside. You see about 20 blackguard. Um, 4 are on black horses. The rest follow suit with spears and swords and things like this. As they kind of travel down and head into the village square. Um, a group of the guards go up to a house and pound on the door that you can see before, and no one answers the door. They bust it open, and the 5 guard rush inside. Um, a couple minutes pass, and they pull out a male and a female human, and they have them handcuffed. And you kind of see them resisting and struggling and things like this. You can't exactly hear what they're saying. Just come from the scuffle of everything going on. But they get loaded up into a black carriage before turning around and heading back up towards the castle. Hansel kind of gets really close to Elwyn at this time and holds onto her hand.
You
He
think they were doing
squeezes.
magic?
Sorry.
Oh, no, you think they were doing magic? They got arrested?
Magic or
seems-
something wrong.
Elwyn squeezes Hansel's hand, and she looks down and she's like, "Do you know what could they possibly be taken for?"
Anything. Once you've been summoned by the queen, you never return.
Let's try not to get summoned, and let's get out of here.
I agree. And Meryl's pulling out a hat, and she sticks it on her head, and there's still like a little tag sticking off of it. Off we go.
Lucan's gonna reach over and like pluck the tag off.
Thank you. 3 gold was kind of steep.
Where you guys head?
Well, we saw the dwarves take that one path, and she's like kind of whispering low because all of the guards are around. Let's head back towards that tavern and see if we can find that path again.
Agreed.
So you guys head back over to the One More Bite Tavern, and you see that now that it's kind of breakfast time, brunch, it's a little bit more livelier on the inside. Um, and then you see the path that the dwarves take deeper into the forest. Where do you go?
Well, there it is.
Is there anything else we should do in town before we go?
I can't do much. This place is expensive.
All right.
Lucan, you got kind of beat up a bit, didn't you? Do you need a little pick me up before we dive into anything deeper?
I mean, I'm alive, doing okay. But if we encounter anything, I can't promise that I'll not need some help again.
Let me, just to be safe, I'm going to use my healing light ability and heal you for 4 hit points.
And you're doing this in town?
Oh shit. No, I would actually not be doing that in town.
Ooh.
Meryl, knowing that it is very illegal.
Sure.
Would
I'll
you?
get you.
How about we step into the woods a
Mhm.
little bit, off the beaten path, and yeah, then that would be great.
Perfect.
Let's
So-
all keep that in mind. To tell you the truth, though, I'm not feeling super high either. I got hit pretty hard a couple times.
Okay, I'll see.
Well-
I'll see what I can do.
Is
I
there
have-
anything you can do?
I have
Okay.
some stuff too.
Perfect.
You know, really not practice much. I prefer the actual potions, but I'll push up my sleeves and see what I can do.
Thank you both. Because, yeah, Lucan, I'm with you. If I get hit, I'm going down.
So you guys head deeper into the forest, and by this time you've lasted about a good 20 minutes down the path, definitely within the outreaches of the village. You feel pretty confident enough that no one has followed you or anyone is going to be watching you in this dark forest. Um,
Elwyn goes over to Bailey, and she takes her staff in one hand, and she reaches out for Bailey's hand in the other,
First, she offers her hand.
and she casts Healing Word, which is sorry, looking at 2d4 plus 2.
Do you roll it or do I?
I don't know. I'm not a magic user.
you
Help
will roll it. You'll roll it.
me.
Yes.
Are we like
It's,
stop doing this, or are we walking doing this?
Probably
we
just
can
pause.
just stop for a second. 8.
8. Thank you, Element. That helped a lot, actually.
And then
Okay.
Lucan, I'm gonna re-roll yours. Oh, it's a 1. But I can do this ability twice, so I'll do it one more time.
Spell slots, baby.
6. And it's actually it's a warlock feature.
Okay, so are we not going with the 4 from earlier then?
I re-rolled it because I'd said that I wasn't going to do it in town, so I count this
Okay.
as casting it.
Thank
So
you.
yeah.
That is great. I sincerely appreciate that.
Of course.
All right. So you guys continue heading down the path after getting a little bit of a pick me up. And eventually, the pathway comes to a fork in the road. The sign on the path edge points off towards the mines to the right hand side. There's no sign that would continue down the path. Where do you head?
What'd you say about the mines again? You said there isn't a sign for the mines?
There is a sign for the mines that points off the path to the right, but there's no sign going forward.
The dwarves work in the mines, right? So I would imagine that must be the way they go.
Yeah, but
Look
do
around.
they live? Do they live in the mines?
I don't know, but I would imagine if you work there, you probably spend an awful lot of time there. Doesn't seem like an easy job.
That was like eating a snowball. She's like, I think it's early enough that they're probably still working in the mines.
You're gonna get brain freeze.
Elwyn looks around, and she looks to see if there's any footprints going straight, or if they're all mainly going towards the right. Since it's snow, she thinks she would be able to see them.
Sure, absolutely. Go ahead and roll investigation.
Or
So with the snowfall, it has kind of covered up a lot of the tracks on the path.
well, I can't seem to see which way they went, so logic does say that they would be with the mines. Let's check that out first.
I think it's a good idea.
All right. So you guys continue heading down the path for about 10 minutes before reaching the entrance to a cavernous-looking mine. There is a placard on the right-hand pole with some parchment taped up to it, and then you see minecart tracks that lead deeper into the mine. You can, just from a quick glance, see that there are torches that go deeper into the mine.
Walk up to the placard and read the parchment.
Sure. So on the parchment, what it says is, by order of the queen, this mine has been closed due to the mine being dried up. Non-authorized personnel will not be tolerated.
So much for following all the rules.
Hey, it looks like there's torches down there.
Yeah,
That means the dwarves aren't following the rules?
or they're the authorized personnel.
Oh, true.
Do we yell down? Do we just walk in?
Well, what if we're like, oh no, we got lost walking into the mine. We can't read. I mean, it could work, maybe.
It's that, or it's sit out here and wait until they come out. And that takes much longer.
Well,
Yes.
we saw the one dwarf go into the tavern, and remember the workers already had their order ready, so they must go in there regularly. We could wait for them at the tavern if we don't want to break the rules.
Hansel, what do you say? Do you think we should go into the dwarves' case? Because you're the one that says that they know that Maiden on the woods.
All I know is that the dwarves used to mine in the caverns below, and they would bring back these crystals, and they would bring them up to the castle. So I don't know anything more than that, but if they're down there, I would say that it was here.
That we should go down there, because if we are seeking refuge, or he is seeking refuge for the Maiden in the woods, they're our best bet, and probably the secrecy down in the mines is probably great, I would say. Because who knows what the crows are watching, or ravens, birds.
Are there any animals looking at us? Like, intently?
Roll perception.
Where's my perception? 11?
As you kind of look around, you do see that there are about 10 or so ravens perching on the winter pines of the forest, kind of like just kind of fluttering around and sitting down and watching. It almost feels like they're watching you.
Guys. The birds.
See, refuge. In the mines, at least.
We're not supposed to go in there. It says that it will not be tolerated.
I have a bad feeling about those ravens.
Hmm.
The one that we met by the mill. Usually I can talk to animals with no trouble at all. But it wouldn't speak. That makes me think that it wasn't an animal? Fully?
I don't know anything about that. I have no idea.
I just
Have
don't
an
have a good
idea.
idea. What?
Elowen, can you turn
Yes.
yourself into, like, a mouse?
I don't see why not.
Well, if you turn into a mouse, you could scurry down there and see if they're down there or not. They won't, like, kill a mouse. Or even a bird, something that flies, something fast. Something that's just inconspicuous.
I can't
That's
fly.
a big word, Thal.
I can't fly. At least I don't think I can. But I could try to turn into a mouse and run down there and hopefully not get us in trouble. I do feel bad breaking the law, but Bailey, you have rubbed off on me. Just letting you know that.
But a
I
mouse
follow
isn't.
the rules. Thank you.
Do you remember the anchorage?
I do remember it very vividly, and that's why I'm trying to learn my lesson. I think we should be careful. There are situations that maybe bending the rules is okay, but I think that Eric was right. We need to not draw attention to ourselves here.
Well, as Thal said, something a mouse can get in and out of and listen, and hopefully I can figure out what's going on. It's a good idea, Thal. Thank you for thinking about it.
It is a good
And
idea.
she's like, she looks around. Wait for me, okay? Don't leave me down there.
We'll stay right here.
Thal sits down where she sit. Will wait here.
Scream if you need anything. We'll come running.
How will we hear
Okay.
a mouse scream?
Well,
I can transform back.
Okay.
squeak really loudly.
Elowen, she nods and she wild shapes into a mouse.
Okay.
And after she wild shapes into the mouse, she sits up, looks over, does a little cute squeak, and then she scurries towards the cave.
Okay. So you descend down into the cave. For how long?
I look around and follow the torches. However long the trail takes of where the torches are lit.
So you travel for about 22 minutes.
Mhm.
You've journeyed into about a mile down into the mines. And it looks like it continues on for quite some time. You continue going?
Only for about 10 more minutes to see where it goes, and then she knows she has to get back or else she's going to turn back.
So you journey about 10 more minutes. And it looks like this cavern is going deeper and deeper into the earth.
She does a cute little mouse huff, and then she turns around and comes right back.
About an
To the
hour
mouth.
has passed since this time. When you guys see Elowen the mouse finally emerge from the mine.
That was like making a snow angel and snow hut and snow man.
Bailey's leaning against a tree, just kind of looking at her nails. And looks up. Oh, there.
Reverts back into her normal form, and she shakes her head. I can only stay into my wild shape for a limited amount of time, but I went half hour in, and it continues to go with everything lit up. So if they're down there, they're really deep. But I don't think they would be down there without lit torches, or leave them lit.
Well, the best option, since you guys don't want to break the rules, is to follow the other path, I guess. Go back the
Or-
other way.
To go back to the tavern and wait.
I would expect that the dwarves will come in and get their coffees or whatever it is that they order, probably around a consistent time every day.
That's assuming they're still allowed in here. Maybe the queen has decided that she wants this and only her people can go in and the dwarves aren't even part of that.
So we wait till tomorrow?
It would
'Cause
give
they
us a
came in-
chance to rest.
Where do we rest?
Fuck. I don't know.
We spent all our gold.
This
Could make a
cave,
fire and... Sorry.
this cave does provide shelter. But I don't know. We could go back to the mill.
We could make a fire and camp on the outskirts of town. I mean, now that we have some warmer clothes.
I think I have some blankets and a bedroll.
Can you all
Yeah.
roll a perception check for me?
All of us?
Haha. Nat 2021.
Nice.
Dirty 20.
13.
15. Oh, wait. 18, I'm sorry.
You're fine. Anyone with a 15 or higher, all of a sudden you get this presence with deep within the forest that eyes are upon you, not from the eyes of the ravens that stare into the forest or that, are up on the trees and things like this. But there seems to be something within the forest that is watching you. Thal, with your roll, you notice there is a large dark shadow looming within 50 feet of the tree line near you guys.
Upon seeing this, she's gonna jump behind Lucan again and just point towards it, be like, "There's a thing. There's a monster. Big. Yeah, about that way. Big. Alright."
Are there any pebbles on the ground?
Sure.
Sure. Meryl will pick up a pebble and use a cantrip light on the pebble, and then hurl it towards wherever Thal pointed.
Sure. So you toss it over there, and you see that whatever this dark shadow is, in explicitly fast movement, jumps up on part of the cliffside, and you see it clawed in to the cliffside. It's still this dark figure, and it is large. It is a large size, and it looks dark, but it is covered in a type of fur.
Oh. Oh, Hansel, are these things common around here? Do you know what this is?
It's the beast that stalks the wood.
Beast?
Yes. I thought it wasn't true, but it's real. We have to go and get out of here. And he darts off, running into the mines.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
I guess
okay.
we're
Well,
going
it's
in the mines.
probably safer if we do that, I guess.
Looks like we gotta go.
And yells Hansel, and she runs after him.
Wait for me, tiny human.
Everyone goes into the mine.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 As you kind of all enter and go down deeper into the mine, you hear this guttural, monstrous roar coming from outside in the forest. I mean, it is loud. It is deep. As you guys run deeper into the mine, Hansel slows down a bit, letting you catch up to him. And he's like panting. He's like, I'm sorry. I got so scared.
You can't do that. You have to stay with us.
I've already escaped one near-death experience. I didn't want to die by whatever that thing was up there.
Do you think it's following us?
I don't
I
know.
sure hope not.
Yeah.
Can I listen to see if I hear it running after us?
Yeah, you can roll perception. Actually, no. I'll keep your passive perception. What's your passive perception?
Passive perception is 11.
Nothing seems to be following you so far.
Okay. Well, we got this far. Should we just, keep going away from the scary beast?
I'm not going back out there.
I think Hansel has decided for us that we will continue forward. Which I don't blame you at all, Hansel.
Thank you.
Well, let's keep going. Elowen, she kind of crouches down and she grabs 3 nice-sized pebbles and she sticks them in her little bag.
You guys head deeper?
Yes.
All right. How long do you guys keep going?
I mean, it's pretty early, so I say probably an hour.
Alwyn made it 30 minutes in, so we would be okay.
Mhm.
I like that.
So about an hour of tracking down through the caves. It's the torches are all lit up along the sides. And an hour, passes, and you guys have traveled about 2 miles into the mines, and then you do come across a painted sign that's kind of stuck into the earth. that points deeper into the mines that says center of the mine 5 miles. Continue going.
I thought that we would hit the ocean by now. How deep we are.
Jeffrey, you saw that too?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's weird. Okay.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't just me.
Yeah.
The beast.
If we lose power,
Mhm.
it's not our fault.
Yeah. What's the weather like? The only way forward is to the center of the mines, correct? There isn't like an offshoot. Okay.
It's just one long tunnel, 8 miles deep into the earth.
Do you get going?
The only way we're gonna find the dwarves, and we're certainly not going out the other way.
Yeah.
True.
You guys continue following the path deeper into the mine, kind of watching yourself as you step over, the mine tracks that lead deeper into the mine. When eventually you start hearing the clicking of the sound of axe hitting metal or hitting stone, and it's kind of echoing as you guys go deeper into the cave. And eventually, after traversing for a couple hours deep into the mine of this eerie just feeling of being enclosed. Um, you finally come across an alcove, a round alcove where you see dwarves all kind of pickaxing, and this is where the mine cart ends. You see that there's a mine cart that has stopped at the end of this. There's a lever on the side, and then there's kind of a cliff face that looks just deeper down into the depths of the earth, just kind of blackness. One of the dwarves who's kind of by the minecart like stops picking, and he looks over at you and he says, "Oi, what are you doing down here?"
Monster. And we ran because he ran, and then we kept running, and then we started walking, and then I wanted to see if this was the center of the earth, and then we're leaving the ocean, and then we found you. She looks to Bailey back.
Yeah,
Didn't
basically.
you read the sign out front?
I can't read.
There was a beast.
The all the dwarves at this time, there's 7 of them in total. They all kind of stop working as they kind of come over to you, and they're all real short height. And the one you recognize from the tavern earlier, he steps forward and he goes, "You were followed by a beast?"
Not
I was
followed so much as
scared.
it was just there all of a sudden.
It did chase us, and it had fur.
You got to be careful of that then. Docks the wood, but hey, you traveled mighty long time without using the mine cart. Surprised you guys did all that. Doc over here, he's got this contraption worked out. We can be at the top of this in 15 minutes.
Well,
Oh,
we'll keep that in mind on the way out.
There's a secret level up at the front of the entrance that probably could have helped you all.
we were in the middle of running after a child. Little human thing here.
Well, listen, that placard, it's not even real. We did it to keep people out.
Oh,
Oh.
really?
Yeah.
It worked very well.
Yeah, we didn't want to come in at all.
Yeah.
We are people.
Well, you are exactly where you're meant to be. My name is Happy. This is Grumpy, Dopey, Sleazy, Sleazy.
Love Sleazy.
Sleepy, Bashful, and that one over there sleeping, or not sleeping, over there is Doc. And you kind of see him in his little tinkering glasses and stuff. And he goes, "Hi, it's nice to meet you all."
Hello.
Hi.
So
Hi.
you just wandered into the mines because you're chased by a beast? Interesting. Well, I say you are exactly where you're meant to be. We come to help.
Help with
Help?
what?
Mine, of course.
Uh, well,
Mel just looks at her skinny arms.
not exactly.
Then what'd you come down all this way for?
Well, we heard a rumor, and we wanted to see if it was true.
Rumor, you say? About?
About a maiden who lives in the woods and gets help by some dwarves.
Direct. And they all kind of like share like an agreement look. And then Doc, he looks over at Dopey and says, "All right, Dope, pull the lever." And Dopey, like in his little little ears and stuff, goes over, and he struggles to get up for a little bit. He jumps up for the lever and keeps jumping, and then finally, one of the other dwarves like gets down on his back and helps Dopey up, and pulls down on one of the levers. And then you hear this grinding of stone, kind of like just ripple throughout the mine, and a door opens up. And Doc and the other dwarves, they kind of like little march with their little pickaxes over to the door, and he said, you want to meet the Maiden of the Wood, don't you? Become part of the resistance."
That's what this
Uh,
is, a resistance?
Oh,
You found it.
We
that sounds like fun.
only just got here. We have a lot of questions.
We'll see
I'm
what we
always
can do.
full of them.
All right. So they all just kind of like line up on the sides of the new doorway, um, like letting you all enter. You all follow?
yeah.
All right. So when you enter the other side of the cavern, you see this kind of large opening of a cavern. There is a waterfall that cascades from the stalactites that are forming up above, and this stream kind of goes down and deeper into the mine. There are makeshift tents and scaffoldings, all made of wood, and you see a gathering of about 20 people or so, all villagers that look to be a little bit more frail, dirt on themselves. There's a campfire, and there's just kind of an encampment kind of in this area. And Doc, he comes over and he's like, "Well, welcome to the resistance camp."
You have water.
"Yes, that we do."
Is it hot or cold?
It's runoff from the Frostfell Mountains, my dear. It's very cold.
Perfect.
He
Well,
just really likes water.
okay. Just be careful now.
Okay. I'm careful now. Um, I am, by the way. She looks at the others. Do we use our real names?
Yes.
I think it's all right.
Okay. My name is Dolphin Sound.
Not that!
Oh!
A little too real.
But they call me Thal.
Nice to meet you, Thal.
She hands her hands out like this.
They all one by one shake your hand.
I'm a famous person now.
Elowen bows a little, like just her head, and she says, "I'm Elowen." And then she puts arm around Hansel, which I'm guessing he's close. And this little guy is Hansel. We saved him from the lady who makes the apples in town.
Oh, that old hack.
She's definitely a hag.
A dead one.
Good. Don't need any more of her refugees and addicts in these parts anymore. But you said your name was Hansel? And Hansel goes, "Mm-hmm." And Doc, he comes over to Elwyn and Hansel, and he's like, Well, you're just in luck because we found your sister who's been looking for you for quite some time now. She's over there. Go run along. And Hansel like kind of like peeks around and he sees a group of children over near a tent in the fire and he goes, Gretel! And he runs over and you see the two exchange a hug, very tight, very tear jerking, and they continue to talk. Out of earshot, do you really hear what they're talking about? So, you all need to speak with the maiden.
Yeah, yes.
Think so.
Yeah.
Hansel wanted to find her, but I guess we should too to figure out what's going on exactly because we kind of are confused. More than normal.
Understandable. Well, I can lead you to him. Boys, go back out, make sure everything looks all right. I'll help them out. And all the six other dwarves, they kind of like nod their heads before marching back out. And you hear the cavern doors, secret passage, close behind them. Doc waddles over past the camp and kind of like, all right, over there is our kitchen. If you need anything, and he points just to a makeshift tent that's got like a cauldron burning over a fire, and there's a butcher and a cook kind of working on stuff. And he's like, over there's our bunks. That's where we stay at night. Over there, and he just kind of talks about the encampment, and you're kind of seeing people like eating things or fixing clothes or making weapons, things like that. And you kind of pass through the encampment before reaching another wall, where inside of this wall there is this door. It looks very out of place. This door is made of oak and that's been painted over it with flowers and interesting Scandinavian looking designs. Um, and he stops and he turns, he's like, all right, this is as far as I'll go, but you can speak to the maiden in the next room. No one else has been in there except for those that the maiden wants to see, and if the door opens, the maiden will see you.
Not we'll hit our heads on the door.
If
Like-
not, the door doesn't open.
We'll knock first, Thal.
Okay. Who wants to knock?
Thank you, Doc, for showing us around.
I'll do what I can. If you need anything, just holler. We'll be in the next room.
Lucan is okay with going up to the door and knocking if nobody else wants to.
Okay.
Alright, he'll go up and give 3 little taps on the door.
You go to reach your hand to knock on the door, but the door opens for you before you're even able to place your hand on it.
Thanks,
Go
Lucan.
through?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. When you all enter the next room, a sight to behold is on the other side. Here, I will give you a picture that I worked on very quickly today in Photoshop. But surrounding this room, this giant cavern where there is water all around. In the cliff face above, you see carvings of the dwarves. And there is a light that shines down in the center of this pool. And in the center of this pool is a glass coffin with someone on the inside.
Thals is entranced by the water. She's like, oh my god, water! And she like runs down the like little runway thing that we're seeing and doesn't pay any mind to the glass coffin. Just looks at her reflection in the water.
Okay.
Meryl will walk up to the coffin and peer inside.
Meryl, what you see is a woman. Very familiar to you. This woman is your mother, Elena.
She'll just take a few steps back. Very white in the face.
Matter.
I actually know her.
You know
she's.
the maiden?
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know she was a maiden. It's actually my mother.
Bailey,
Your
do you peer
mother.
into the glass coffin?
Yes.
Bailey, you see a woman in the glass coffin as well. Except she's familiar to you. It's Mia.
Bailey steps back. That can't be your mother. That's not right.
But that's what I saw. She'll run up and look again.
Looks to be your mother.
I want to
God.
see, and Thal runs over.
Thal, you also look into the glass coffin, seeing your sister, Ladna.
Thal goes immediately quiet and steps away, not saying anything. The scowl on her face.
Bailey puts her hand on the glass and just gazes down at her. It can't be real.
Lucan walks up and looks.
Lucan, you see her nibbling Beckett.
See, you guys see her? That's
That's not your mother.
that's.
What are you guys talking
yes.
about? And Eloin goes up to the casket.
Elwyn, you see your best friend Talib.
Her? Him. It's who I've been searching for. Why is he dead?
It's not real. It can't be real.
It's not real.
Well,
My sister doesn't look like that right now.
your sister? Is that what you're
Yeah.
seeing?
Yeah. I see
Yeah.
my sister.
Elowen,
see-
what did you see? And yeah, Bailey, you too.
Saw my best friend, Talib, the one I've been looking for. This can't be right.
I see Mia.
Let's
Somebody
go
else?
hope and look for your mom.
A voice speaks around the cabin walls. It's a feminine voice. And it says, and she goes, "Do you know him?" A young maiden appears in all black, wearing a cloak of raven feathers. Her hair is as black as night, and her lips are as red as ruby. She approaches you all and goes over to the coffin and looks into it deeply. Another came in here not long ago. And I have sent this for what she looks like.
Are you the maiden?
Perhaps. And then when you all take a second look at the glass coffin, you see that it has been replaced by a man in royal blue robes with white striking hair, as well as his beard. You notice this to be Eliot.
Do we know it's Eliot, though?
Your memory of Eliot comes back when you see
Okay.
him.
Oh,
It's Mr. Eliot!
So you
Someone
do
must
know
have
him.
saved. Someone must have saved him from the evil queen.
I wish I had that spoon. Maybe that would help.
is this real though?
Yes.
What is it even doing? What is it showing us?
He appeared not long ago. And I have been watching over him ever since. Someone came, though she didn't speak her name. She vanished before I got a chance to talk to her.
What did
But-
she look like?
White hair, emerald green robes. Elvish, if I'm not mistaken.
Friend.
I'm sorry?
That's his friend.
Or something.
At least it sounds like Sapphiria.
What did she do? Just look at him?
She wept.
Oh.
Do Do you know where she went?
No, she disappeared before I had a chance to talk to her.
Like into thin air?
Into black smoke.
How do we
And-
free him from this? It must be. Is he alive?
He hasn't moved. And he's not breathing. She looks down at the coffin and then she motions to, on the side of the coffin, you see 13 slots, all kind of familiar to the mirror, as that memory comes back into your mind. She says, "This coffin is missing 13 pieces. We've tried everything to try to get him out, but not even a pickaxe has been able to break open the glass."
Don't think those slots could be for those gemstones, do you?
The 12 totems of evil?
Eliot knows what one of them looks like for sure. Does she see a space where it could fit?
Mm-hmm. The first one.
The Evil Queen has the crystal totems. And it looks like it fits the first one. That green one I had. Since she is evil, maybe he's under some sort of curse. Or the evil magic that contains him. In order to break the evil curse, you need the evil totems. Because maybe they're not evil themselves.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
I mean, that could be. What if he's just dead?
Well then,
Can't
if
he
he
not
is,
die?
Yeah, I thought he couldn't. Like he explained, it's like the whole Phoenix thing.
Oh, I guess that does ring a bell. I don't know. It's still kind of fuzzy in my mind.
But why
maybe this puts
isn't
him in
he?
stasis. A
Mhm.
pause in his life so he can't become the phoenix and turn to ash and be reborn again, like a phoenix would.
That would be one way of killing something that's unkillable, I guess.
Just an
Sounds like
idea.
what the Evil Queen would kind of do if he did get in her way. This is the kind of death that she could control.
But it was only maybe 6 hours have passed since we last saw him. And this looks like it's been here for a while. How could so much time pass and it's only been 6 hours for us?
What do you
She-
mean by this?
We saw
Like-
him 6 hours ago and then
Where?
poof. In his home.
This coffin with his body has been in here for weeks.
What happened to us then?
I sense that you're not from around here. Where are you from?
We came from Canterbury.
I'm
Where's
from
that?
Loxton.
I do not know of these places.
Loxton's a big city.
Where?
On Oxley? In Oxley?
Of Oxley? Loxton? Canonbury? I'm not familiar with any of these places.
When we
right
got
now?
here,
Yeah, where are we right now?
when we got here and we questioned, and we asked questions to the waitress or the man that was there, it was the one continent.
Yes.
On Everas, there's many. We're not
Everas.
where we're supposed to be.
What is this Everas you speak of?
It's our home.
Well, wherever Everas is, I bet you can find it again.
I mean, he came from Everas too.
Well, maybe if you wake him up, he might know.
Huh. Well, I don't like the sound of that exactly because what's memory serves me right. The mean lady came out of the mirror after we put the things in there, and then I think the mean lady has the things again. I think this is her plot to like keep him like not dead but dead. If you know what I
So-
mean?
So there's an evil queen here. In fact, where we're from, I'm not going to say we did it, but somebody released an evil queen. And then things get kind of foggy and we're here. What if we all came here and just got here at different times and this queen that's shipping everybody off to her castle is the same one that we saw?
Do you think she's here?
I was thinking about that, but too afraid to say it. Because that means that I don't know. My train of thought was like, does this mean we're gonna have to go and get ourselves noticed?
Oh no.
Ah,
Thal
If-
turns to the
no.
Thal turns to the black hair lady like almost in tears. She's like, is there really an evil queen that came here a couple weeks ago and everything went to crap then?
You're speaking of the queen herself. She's been in power for the last 15 years.
Oh,
What's the queen's name?
Would you not speak of it? She would be only referred to as the queen.
that sure sounds like the evil queen. So this lady, she like almost like killed us with one spell. So she's like really scary.
She's powerful.
And you guys want to get noticed?
No, I'm not saying we should get noticed, but
Be the quickest way into the castle.
it's not untrue.
This is a resistance camp, right?
That is correct, my child.
So you're resisting the queen and her power.
Absolutely.
What are you trying to accomplish other than it being for refugees?
What do you mean?
Do you have a plan?
Our numbers are very thin right now. We do not match up against the Black Guard at all. But with allies and people on our side, we'll eventually be able to take her on.
Okay. We can't go one-on-one. We can't go to her as just us, guys. There's. It wouldn't save Eliot if we did.
No, and even if that would be the quickest way into the castle, we definitely wouldn't have the upper hand.
And if Elliot's the way out of here, we gotta do everything we can to help him.
We have to get back to Everas.
Yeah.
Meryl's gonna look at the black-haired lady and realize that she has not introduced herself. Hello, my name is Meryl.
Hello, Meryl. And the
It's a
rest of your
pleasure.
friends?
I'm sorry?
And the rest of your friends?
Elowen?
Bailey.
Lucan.
Thal?
Interesting. What is a
What?
pleasure to meet you all.
I have a question. Have you guys found anything that looks like it would fit into these grooves? And she's
have to
pointing
go.
at where the totems.
Hold on.
Oh,
Yeah, she says she has to go. She looked worried.
very stressed.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully everything's okay.
Ah.
I'm
Uh,
gonna get up and go to the bathroom real quick.
Sure,
Ooh, 2-second bathroom break?
sure, absolutely. Take 5.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, go. If you need water or anything, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I figured out how to make his ears move. You don't squeeze his body. There's a button on his head.
Oh my god, that's literally so perfect.
It's so cute.
Oh, dopey. I'm glad that um you have that. That's so cool. I hope Lauren's okay.
Yeah. I almost cried when you mentioned it was Eliot. I was like, no. My heart. I am digging that
You
background. Sorry.
oh, you got names for the nibblings.
Mm-hmm.
Last time we played, I wrote down. I thought I wrote down like names that I liked because I had like looked at them.
Okay, yeah. If you want to
You've
say
already okay.
you can.
I don't know. This room has been shuffled around all week because this is the room I've been trying to pack. So like I can't even tell you where anything is right now.
All good. No worries.
I love the Bailey Thal dynamic that happened.
I love Bailey and Thal so much. Oh yeah, I'm really excited to see how they evolve over time.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Okay.
All right. Meryl was asking about the
Uh,
slots.
yes, I was going to ask if they found anything that looks like it would fit in the grooves.
We have not been able to find anything that would fit exactly inside of it. But doesn't mean that we haven't tried. We've tried using some of the crystals that form here and shaving them down, but they don't seem to be doing anything.
Well, from the very little that I know, there are totems, I guess, that are meant to go in each of these slots. When we last saw them, they went into a mirror, not a coffin.
Mirror. Hmm. Interesting. Well, do you have any idea what these totems
What these totems,
could be? Where?
I don't even know where I am, so.
No idea.
That's fair. Huh. Well, if there's totems that we need to unlock your friend here, then sounds like you would know what your next steps are is to find these totems. I'll help with whatever I can, but I must stay here. For the Queen cannot know that I exist here. Her powers do not reach beyond this forest and deep within the mines. I'm protected here.
Well, that's good to know. I don't even know where to start looking for these.
I understand. You said that the evil queen might have one of these?
I think it's a safe assumption.
Or all
Oh.
of them.
I would highly suggest not storming her castle while you guys are all so young and full of life. You do not match her power. I've seen things that she's done, and it is not good. I was alerted to your presence when you went to that old mill. My ravens let me know. They
Ah,
are my spies that look around the region and make sure everyone's okay.
That's kind of a relief.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, did they scare you?
A little bit.
Weren't really sure where they were coming from or from whom.
Did you by chance kill all your ravens and like leech them of their blood?
No. Why?
Well, we saw that. There was a big pile of them actually, of like these ravens, like old blood. Some of them were hanging from trees when we first got here, near a cabin in the woods.
Awful. That's not good. I will have a scout go look at this. You said it was where?
I'm not great with directions, but it was like a different path that led to the town. Possibly from the north, right?
Okay, well, I'll have someone look out there.
There's a ravine, if you know what that is.
Oh, yes, there's a hunter's cabin just out there.
Oh,
Another one.
yeah.
I will send
The-
someone to look.
Okay. Well, they had to be really careful because we heard someone inside it too.
You're speaking of the beast that stalks the woods.
That's why we're here.
Huh.
We saw it outside, and then we were like, "Oh no!" and we ran. Well, the little boy, human child, ran, and we followed human child down here, and then we're like, "Let's keep walking." And then we thought that maybe this is the center of the earth. It's not the center of the earth. There's dwarves here, and then the dwarves were like, "Here's a door," and then we met you after a while.
Okay.
If you can't tell, she's our group historian.
Mhm.
She explains where we've been and what we've done. Very well,
I am.
actually.
Not related to goldfish at all. We have great memories like dolphins.
Okay. Interesting. Well, be careful of that beast.
Is it like a real thing? Or is it like a memory thingy? Or is it a man thingy?
Well, I ask you this. If it's a memory, does that not mean that it's not true?
That's true. It's very scary. Everything here is very scary. I mean, you had those, they call them deer. Oh my god, they look so scary.
Deer.
Yeah.
They're the friends of the forest.
That they are.
Whoa. That was scary.
Oh dear.
So, the white-haired elfling came down here. How long ago?
Why, it was earlier today, if I remember.
Oh. And she somehow got through your special door, or did she just, like, black smoke in?
Correct.
Oh.
This may be presumptuous, but could I ask maybe if you keep an eye out for her with your ravens? I'm not sure how much we can trust her, and she'll look over the group. She might be one of our better contacts out here.
So
I think that finding her would be a good lead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, but she has to know we're here. Like, why wouldn't she? I mean, I don't know. I mean, this whole trust thing is hard, but I feel like if sorry,
No,
stammering. I don't. I'm trying to make sense of things here.
It's a lot to process. I don't know how much I trust her either, but she's the person that might know about what happened to Eliot, or about how we ended up here in the first place, and how to get back out.
and where the totems are. She might have a lot of information for us. And maybe this is like a track down and interrogate, not like a have tea and talk.
Seems powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little wary of her.
Mm-hmm.
I will definitely send ravens to look out for this woman. And I will let you know if they find anything. And
Thank
she
you.
extends her hand, and an illusion of black smoke appears on her finger, and you can see her like closing her eyes and sending a message to him as the raven flies towards the tops of the cavern and out through one of the many kind of cracks and crevices of this room.
That was pretty cool.
Thank you.
So she was here earlier today, which means she couldn't have gotten far, but you said she missed it out of here.
She could be anywhere.
Do you think she's gonna go after the evil queen?
She could be with the evil queen.
Oh, that's true. She just kind of like fled before we all did the thing. Didn't seem very happy.
I will say I don't think she put Eliot here, like out of mean-spiritedness, but I also don't think that her hands are completely clean. I think that's why I have a hard time wrapping my head around who she is and how much we actually trust her.
I mean, if she just came here today and that's the first time you saw her, right? Raven hair lady?
That is true.
And he disappeared, so it took her this long to get here as well. So she could be in this like weird timey-wimey fishy-wishy thing that we are too.
It's possible.
It wasn't very nice that she fled at the first sign of like danger. She kind of left her best friend there. If she sees her best friend, you know, she's just like, get out of.
One thing
Oh.
you'll learn on the continent is that self-preservation is key, my friend.
Oh. I do feel bad for Mr. Eliot. I really wish I had that spoon to leave for him, so he knows that he's not alone.
Well, if you find these totems, then perhaps you'll be able to tell him that he's not alone. Now, I wish I had the answers that you're looking for about where these totems could be, but I'm sure they're around here somewhere.
I really think this sounds awful, but I really think it's inside that scary castle with the queen, who says she's not the evil queen, but is the queen.
I'm sure there's one or two.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other ones that could be anywhere. I don't particularly think we should start with the ones in the castle.
Yes.
But so where do we start?
We don't even know where we are.
How about this? Rest tonight. We will make you some food and things like that, and we can figure this out the following day. I cannot leave this room, so I will bid you all farewell.
How come you can't
Thank
leave?
you.
I am under the protection of this cavern. The queen cannot know that I exist.
She's after you too.
Yes. That's
Maybe that's why Eliot's here. Maybe he's being protected too by the cavern.
Mhm.
possible.
Somehow this world knew he was like important and the guardian, you know?
Sure. Absolutely. All right. Well, I will bid you all farewell. And go, eat, sleep, rest, until that you all need it. And she steps away from the coffin before stepping back. And then, in a burst of like ravens and crows, she disappears as they all scatter out throughout the cavern.
Alright. Well, we can go have something to eat and talk a little bit more, maybe try to figure something out as to where to start, but we can head
Something.
out.
Well, I'll wait till we have food before I start asking questions.
All right. So you guys head back
I could use a
through
warm drink.
the doorway and back out to kind of the hubbub of the camp. And you see that there are people kind of gathered around in the center. They're all gathered around someone. When you approach, you hear her start saying, she goes, like, okay, and I have this one. Oh, here you go. And oh, I got an apple here. Here, take this bread. And then people start to like gather things from her, and then they start parting away. So you finally see it's Ruby. Ruby's here with a basket of goodies, and she just keeps pulling things out of this basket that she has, and it's like more than what a normal basket should be holding by any means. And then she hands uh, some cheese and grapes, some other kind of provisions to Hansel and Gretel, and then she ruffles Hansel's hair and she's there you go. And then she like cleans off her hands and she looks over. She's like, ah, there you are. I was wondering when you would all get here.
We were expected.
Not many people come to these parts and don't have a part of the resistance.
We came here because of a beast. But now I guess we're part of a resistance. Funny.
Interesting.
Is the beast part of the resistance somehow?
No, that
Okay.
beast that stalks the forest is.
You never know. It could have been like, yeah, I'm recruiting you by chasing you into the woods. I mean, the cavern.
I think there are other ways to persuade people in here. Here, and then she hands you guys some soup and some bread rolls and things like that to tide you over. She says, "Come, sit by the fire. Let's talk."
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course. All right. So obviously you guys have traveled a long way. What has happened?
Well.
Where to start?
Take it away, Thal.
So, somehow, this white elf and this man came up and approached us with the evil queen and went pew pew, and then they took us back, and then we solved this mystery, and then suddenly we're in this like clock tower, and then like, oh, we have this like mirror, and the mirror went and these evil people came out of the mirror, and then like bam, we like sucked into some weird place, and timey-wimey things happened, and then we woke up, and then like here we are walking through the snow forest. We saw this hut. Ravens are dead. Got here. We met you. We went and killed a hag. Came back. Went to the cavern. Got chased by a beast. Went down here. And here we are, you know. We met the Maiden of the Woods, too. That's a thing. But that's mostly what happened.
Okay. That sounds like a lot.
Yeah!
Well, I'm glad you're all alive and well.
They also made me get shoes and pants.
And as usually advised upon in these winter cold.
Really.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess the pants thing is new. Anyhow, where the hell are we? I mean, I know we're in a cave, or mine, but like, what world? Because we're not in Everas at all. And I don't know where Holland is.
You're speaking a lot of foreign words that I'm not familiar with.
Oh, she starts taking dolphins. Do you understand that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just echoing throughout the cavern.
I
Well.
think she's trying to ask, what continent is this? What region? What world?
It's just called the Queen's Continent.
Well, what's beyond that?
Great Sea. Nothing beyond that.
Like, there's no ocean?
The Great Sea is an ocean.
Oh, no, just kidding. I heard it's a great city. Sorry. Huh. And
You're
nobody's
really
ever
not from
sailed.
around here.
No.
We're from somewhere completely different, somewhere called Everas.
Never heard of such a place.
We're getting that a lot lately.
Pretty cool. It's got icebergs.
Well, be careful of who you speak this to freely. You never know who's on the other side.
Of the wall.
I would say that you could possibly speak to my friend. She reads stories all the time and know of far off places, but I haven't seen her in 3 days.
Who's your friend?
Her name is Belle. She lives in town with her husband. He's the captain of the Red Guard, or the Black Guard. And we used to be able to talk, but he forbids her from ever leaving, and I've never been able to go in.
You sound like a prisoner.
Prisoner in her own house. But that's just what Gaston will make you believe. She is able to speak sometimes through way of Bluebird. We can write message to each other. But I haven't heard from her in 3 days. It worries me.
Where can we find her house?
You can't miss it. It's the one near where the nobles live.
And you said that she could probably help us?
Yes, for she reads stories and books a lot better than I or really anyone else in the village. She's absolutely smart. She may have heard your place called Everas. It's possible, but can't guarantee anything. But you'd be doing me a favor by at least checking on her. I would if I could, but running errands and taking things here from the tavern and down here, it's been quite a journey.
Maybe there are stories about the totems, too. Who knows how they've been interpreted in this world?
True.
Knickknacks that we're looking for?
Oh, well, I hope that she's able to help you. And I hope that she's okay.
Yeah, for all of our sakes. I wonder if it's safe to leave the mines yet. Or we should wait till morning.
I think that we should take advantage of being able to rest for the day or evening or whatever, and maybe head out tomorrow to find Elle.
That's perfect. Gaston pretty much works every morning until evening, so you have at least a little bit of time to at least go and see her.
We're not gonna get in trouble with the Blackguard for this, are we?
I'd be lying if I said you wouldn't.
Oh.
Okay, well,
So,
Well,
better
what are
get
your
used to that.
pointers?
Well, They usually are gone by around dawn when we first open up the tavern. Gaston usually comes by and orders something. It changes from time to time, but lately he's been on about ale. And then they're gone for most of the day, and then they come back in the afternoon for lunch, eat, and cause a ruckus around the entire place, and I have to clean it up because our barkeep won't clean it up. Then they come back in the evening, drink until they're drunk, and then they head home.
So that's a lot of time that they're like not home.
Exactly. Your best bet is to do it probably in the morning when he's not paying attention as much. Like Gaston is arrogant. I don't know what she saw in him to marry him. Though, if he makes her happy, good for her, but I don't believe it. Sure, their marriage is loveless.
Sounds sad.
Tale as old as time.
Tails. She giggles.
Well, at least we have a plan.
Yeah.
Sound blend.
Well, I have to go back to the tavern and finish up my duties. If you guys need anything, you know where to find me, but rest here, okay? And if you do come into town, I'll let Granny know that you're friends of mine. She won't cost you lodging.
Really?
Thank you.
Just be careful if you do leave at night. That's when the beast stalks the forest and it's his domain. Thankfully, I have this cloak to protect me from whatever lurks out there. Granny sewed it for me, and she looks at her Red Riding cloak. And she grabs her basket, and she gets off, and she smiles, and she's like, I bid you all farewell.
Thank
Be
you.
safe.
Bye.
Also, I have a picture of Ruby. And she walks off, leaving you guys by the fire alone.
Well, so tomorrow we head out, see if we can talk to Belle and figure things out. But I'm ready for bed.
Yeah,
You
I
kinda
don't know
like-
about you guys, but
Let me just real quick, and then we'll sleep. But when Elowen got that totem, how did she get it? Was I wasn't there. Was it like a big magical something we should be looking out for? Like if we hear stories about strange things happening far away from here or in the town over, or was she just given it?
She kind of found it in a picture inside of a wall. Her friend
Yeah.
appeared and showed it to her in a vision, but it was just in a picture. It was a little secret. A bunch of other papers too.
I don't
In the
remember
picture?
anything big happening. I think she
Okay.
just picked it up and
Hmm.
acquired it.
Okay. I'm at a loss for
Yeah,
any more than what we already have.
but we know a mirror, and we know the gemstones go into the mirror, and we know the mirror belonged to the evil queen, at least in our evil queen and where we're from. We don't know if this queen's the evil queen, but we assume that they're the one and the same, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the best bet. If white-haired elf girl, Eliot, us, it kind of makes sense that she's here too.
It does.
But yeah, sleep and then find Belle.
Yeah. Feel better after we eat and get some rest.
Hmm.
So you guys,
Lucan,
yeah, go ahead.
sorry. I was just gonna say he was gonna pull his backpack off and rummage around and take out his bedroll and just kinda onto the floor, take his extra blanket and pull it over him, and then take out honey, and just kind of like, we ready for bed?
All right, so you guys all fill up your tummies with warm food and finally get a good night's rest by pulling out your bedrolls or sleeping bags or hammocks, what have you. And sleep comes pretty quickly to you. It is nice. It is a restful sleep as you fall asleep to the sound of the waterfalls cascading down and just kind of the sounds of people and warmth, and at least feeling a little bit of comfort from other people that are at least possibly um, the same situations that you are. Trying to figure all that out and things like this. But as you all drift off into sleep, um, a familiar feeling comes back to you of dark blackness, um, and the sensation of falling as you're cascading down and falling and falling. It's a graceful fall, and then you see your friends as they all appear. As you're cascading and falling down, um, you see a light at the end of this of darkness as you're coming closer to it, similar to the stained glass that you had seen before. Um, and you fall on top of it, and there is a new glass below you in this situation. It is almost blindingly cold, as you see here. I gotta pull it up for you. Um, and you see that it is that. And you all, everyone is there when this happens.
Uh,
We're back.
what is what is that? And she like walks to the face. It's another person on a thingamajiggy digger.
What is
So do we just
happening?
wait to wake up, or do we have to jump again?
And if we jump again, are we going to be in a new place?
Oh, that's away from Eliot. Oh no.
It's also taking us further away from Everas.
What if it's closer though? What if we were the farthest point away and now we're like jumping back?
I feel like
I'm
we're not going to get that lucky.
I was
It's a
just trying to be
hopeful thought.
hopeful.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Oh, is there any way to get back? Can we wake back up?
Slap
Oh,
myself.
slap me. Or you slap yourself.
I don't wake up. Oh.
Pinch me.
Bailey pinches Thal pretty hard.
Howie. I don't think I
Sorry.
woke up.
Alright, so looks like we have to jump again.
Okay.
A voice appears from the darkness. It says, "There are hearts to save." And it fades off as it echoes kind of down through this. And then a mirror appears from the ground, and it shows you all of your reflections.
Is it the mirror? Like we
No.
recognize it? Oh, okay. Thal looks at herself. She thinks she looks weird with pants on and shoes.
Lucan's gonna reach out and like touch the reflections in the mirror.
Sure. The glass is cold to the touch. But when you pull it back, you see yourself battle worn. You see yourself very muscly, very like wounds and dirt and blood kind of stained on your face. It doesn't look bad, but it looks like yourself in the future. hardened from battle.
I don't know what to make of this. Bailey's gonna turn and walk to the edge and look down, see if she sees anything.
It's just this blackness and smoke and fog.
Thal's gonna.
Should we?
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say Thal's gonna follow Lucan's lead and touch it and see what happens.
You see yourself as a powerful mermaid, both balancing your warlock abilities and bard abilities. Though there is a darkness that surrounds you, a darkness of tentacles that echo behind you.
You just scurries backward. Like, nope, that's not cool. Let's jump.
What did you see?
I saw tentacles. I don't like those tentacles.
Bailey will
I
go
didn't
touch
see
the
any
reflection.
tentacles.
He's everywhere. Does that look creepy?
I will go touch the mirror.
When you touch the mirror, you see yourself shrouded in a dark mist with a hood over yourself. You from the only shadow or light that you can see, where shadows kind of darkening above your nose and up, you are smiling, kind of a devilish smirk, as your reflection pulls back her hood, and you see your dark eyes, your dark red eyes, kind of gleaming back at you before disappearing into black smoke.
Did you see the tentacles too?
No, I didn't see tentacles.
Feel like we've got a lot ahead of us.
I feel like we had a lot ahead of us before this.
Well, the voice said we have hearts to save. If they're ours or somebody else's, I think we have to jump to find out.
So Lucan's gonna look down at the glass and like take another look at it. Like he's able to remember that there were like the 7 figures on the other one, right?
Mhm.
And like he recognizes them as the dwarves, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So, hey guys,
Hmm?
the one we were on before, it had the dwarves on it. Those people, those dwarves. There were 7, and we met 7 the last time we jumped.
So you think this is giving us a clue too?
Mm-hmm.
I see a rose.
And a little clock man?
Candlestick.
So a
Wonder
big...
if that's Belle. I guess I shouldn't jump to that. Sorry, my
No,
bad.
you can. You can. No, absolutely.
Maybe.
They
What if
have...
this is taking us to a completely different world?
Maybe this is how we get back to Everas. We keep finding these people that are on these things, and it'll jump us back. And maybe that's how we find the gemstones. What if they aren't here at all? Who knows?
Maybe she's the heart we have to save?
Maybe.
Is anyone
We
looking at the
didn't.
mirror?
We didn't find. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Absolutely.
See, but we never found the woman from the last portal or whatever you want to call this.
That's true.
Meryl is the only one who has not looked at the mirror yet, so she'll go look at it.
Sure. So when you touch the mirror, you see yourself similar to what you look like right now, but the eeriest thing that you see is a cloaked creature looming above you. It is dark with a skeletal-looking face with fog, black fog that kind of echoes through its eyes. You recognize this to be the symbol of Grimm
Oh.
before it disappears as well.
Oh. This mirror is lovely, isn't it?
No.
No.
It's your tentacles. There's a monster in mine.
Well, could say there's a monster in mine, but I guess it depends on how you view it.
Huh. So, we are all consensus of find what's on here, including girl and bear man thing with horns.
What if that's the thing from the woods?
I sure hope so not.
Oh.
Sure hope so not.
The thing from the woods is scary and said it would kill us. That thing looks scary too.
But what if that's the heart that we need to save?
Do you guys think we'll end up back in Whitecliff?
There's only one way to find out.
Gotta jump. Take a leap of faith.
Bailey will hold out her hand.
Thal
Okay.
grabs it right away.
Oh. I'll just hold out both my hands. Hi, I'm new.
I'll take Thal and Meryl's hands.
Alright. No, I'll take... I'll offer mine to Lucan. Lucan can take whoever he chooses.
No, Lucan will take Meryl's hand, or whoever was on the end, I don't know. Okay, Meryl's hand, and take a step towards the edge, kind of look at everybody, and...
Let's do this.
Does anyone take a look back?
It's back.
Okay, when you turn back and you look at the mirror, you see a woman who is in a library. She is by a fireplace reading a book, and you can see that there are tears in her eyes before the glass shatters of the mirror, and the stained glass creates a wave of sharp glass coming towards you.
Oh dear. Jump.
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 All right, and you all dive deeper into your hearts.
Deeper.
All right, that's where we'll end tonight's episode. We don't get too far without Lauren here.
So many questions.
So many.
I wondered if the beast in the forest earlier, like after we saw him or Thal saw him or whatever, like I wondered if that was gonna be like the beast from Beauty and the Beast.
Aw, he's supposed to be evil. Watch us have to kill him. Man.
That's why I was kind of like, well, maybe that's the heart that we like need to save, because that's the movie trope.
Love that. I didn't even think about that until the end. At first I was like, oh, it's the abominable snowman. I thought it was a Yeti.
All of the ridiculous Kingdom Hearts lore that I have living inside of my brain is like exploding, and I'm trying to just like keep it down. Meryl doesn't know any of this.
That's why I'm really like, oh, it's a scary monster. She's just, yeah, because I'm clued in on like, oh yeah, that's what that is. But Thal doesn't know.
That was really difficult, and I kind of like didn't think about it for a second, and was just like, oh, Belle, like, because I know, but
No, you're fine. It's possible. I mean, Lucan could have been like, Lucan has been told about Belle. You never know, so you know.
It wasn't information we didn't have per se, you know.
Yeah, I think only
So.
Thal's the only person has no clue what the stories are. So.
Oh man.
It's a good episode.
Questions, comments, concerns, clarifications, anything we need to go over? Theories, hypothesize?
I
Eliot.
just I love the whole like glass window thing, like landing on it when we're like going into like meeting a different Disney like
Mhm.
that. Like I love that. Like as soon as I caught onto that, I was like, I can't even. Like I have like butterflies in my stomach. I'm so excited.
Yes, for sure. Good. I'm glad that you guys keep that. This is.
Oh my god,
totems.
Oh,
Oh, that's
cool.
so cool.
look at it. And we have a 0.
Oh my god, none.
I can
Is that-
show you the one that you guys did see.
Yeah, I want like pictures of them. That is so awesome.
This. Oh shit.
There he goes.
I don't know if you can.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
It's the
amazing.
evil queens.
Oof.
So. We'll see.
Do
what
you have a
happens next.
spotted one?
Talking about this one.
Oh, it's
Black
black
and
and white.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, dude, it's so cool.
Oh,
So I don't think we talked about it on here, but I think I talked about it with Liz.
Auntie.
Maleficent. All right, those are all I'm going to show you.
That's Sarah's aunt.
Is it?
Yeah, Seraphina, that's her aunt.
Sid, what were you saying?
Oh, I was just that, you and I had talked
Lore.
about how, Cruella is like kind of picked like to go with your story and like who was the other? I don't know. But anyway, like just like thinking about whose villain each of our characters have. Like we kind of know Bailis, but like I have no idea for Lucan. Like truly, honestly, like if anyone has an idea, obviously not Trey because he knows, but
Think
well,
about
now
who-
Ashley is smiling like I don't know. I just for some reason it stumps me. Like I have no idea. I have no clue.
I mean, I could think of who Thals would be. It seems a little bit easy to
Yeah.
say
On the
Ursula.
nose. Yeah.
But as far as Elowin and Lucan and Meryl,
I have no idea. No clue.
no idea.
Oh,
Ursula.
it's so cool.
That's
Ursula.
so cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't know anybody else's but mine, really.
Think,
So,
okay, for Lucan, think he's a bodybuilder, he's a gladiator, he's a showman, he's a muscle.
Oh!
Ever thought about that?
I didn't. I
Okay.
didn't even go there. I love it.
God, it's so cool.
Gaston. I know I said I wouldn't show you guys, but
Oh,
Getting excited.
so
okay. That makes sense for Lucan. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Okay.